It was hot, but now we continue.
It has cooled down.
Yes. Go deeper.
You found the question?
Oh. The question is asking, how do you manage to serve those many visitors that come to your house?
Wow. Good question. Okay, how do I visitors that come to my house? I just serve them. But basically, this is me personally. Before even becoming the pastor's wife, I think hosting was was my favorite side. And but way back in Bungoma, we used to like host every weekend. We would have friends over and just host. So it wasn't a big deal for me. Number two, I love cooking. It's my hobby. I just love cooking, and I love cooking a lot of food. By then, I feel wasted to cook for one person. I feel wasted. I'm like, I don't even stand to go to the kitchen. It's cooking for one person. Hey, please. So I think because of my house has a lot of people, and it's full of boys. So yeah, you can tell if you are cooking chapatis, you won't cook like 3 of them. No, you will cook
chapatis.
Yes, you will cook chapatis. Like, you will do a good job. So I think for me, cooking is not a problem, and hosting is not a problem. But my space sometimes becomes a problem. So probably the question, we might be able to rephrase it a little, and maybe the concern should be people being in our space as pastors for longer period, or maybe uninvited, or somebody just showing up. Now that it's no longer happening. To us, it's no longer happening. We never get the spaces where you just somebody know. I think because of the gated community, number one. Number two, our church members just respect that. They just respect that. They can't just show up. And they respect that, and we love that about them. But we usually invite them. We can even invite them, and they're like, no, pastor. So it's a good thing that our church members respect us. And most of the time, if they want to see us, they always prefer, which we do as well, we prefer seeing them from the church premises. We don't encourage seeing them at home as far as ministry is concerned. So if you find a church member in my house, they are on a mission. They have maybe come to deliver something, or we are having a party, they are invited, or they are there for a particular mission. But just showing up and inconveniencing us, no, they don't do that. So for me, I don't get that as a challenge, because if they are coming, I will be notified in time, I will prepare in time, and some of them even will come. There's a day they visited me, there's a time ladies visited me way back, I was somewhere, and they cooked, they came with food. They ate, and they left. So it's not a matter of I don't have those disrespectful visitors. They are visitors who respect my space and respect my time, and I also do the same, and I appreciate that. Yeah. But cooking, okay. I cook. Yeah.
All right. So you can continue. I think there's only one question.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, no problem. So since it is the pastor's house, guys out there, forgive me for 1 minute. My small boy has walked in. The eldest have left. My small boy has walked in with a group of people in the house, and they need my attention. So that funny, like I am peeping here and there. Just allow me to address this.
All right.
It is the pastor's house. Yes.
All right.
Okay. You see, it took a minute.
All right.
Could have taken longer if I didn't address it. So now we go back to our topic, the relationship between worship team and the pastor's wife. That is where we are at the moment. So what I want to share this particular moment is something that I discovered that kind of work for the relationship to be better. As the pastor's wife, it's difficult for you to come from the worship members because they are junior to you and they feel like they will be invading your space. But I think it's something that can be encouraged as a pastor's wife. As much as we are told that we shouldn't invite them, the church members, in our spaces, yes, it's true, and it doesn't have to be in your house, but it can be somewhere else. But I came to discover that time of bonding with the worship team really breaks a lot of ice. Things like retreats, things like sleepovers, things like just a day out. It doesn't have to be entire team. You can go one by one, or you can just hang out with all of them and be real. These people just want to feel if you're real. Are you real, or you live in heaven? You nalanding to Sunday morning in a very magnificent and furious outfit. Like they can't even access you. They look at you, they feel like you look like the holy angel that has landed, and everything around you is seen, including them. So you look at them with a sneering lips, like they should meet Jesus, this one. Can they relate? Can they relate with you? You just show up. Hata ukitoka kwa gari, ukishuka, you are untouchable. It's fine. But can you give them, can you create for them that space? Because that could be the protocol of your church, which is very well respected. But at what point do you become real? At what point do you have your church, have your worship team members ever seen you without makeup? Hey, will they run if they see you? If the real you, like this, they just see you. They just see you like, do you, can you take water? Ama ni ile ya madhabahu yenye unachukua na swaga.
Swag.
Praise the Lord, church. Glory to the name of the Lord. We are looking in this Bible. Today we are looking at this topic. And the Lord has been faithful. That's all they know about you. Do you cry? You don't have to go and sob before your worship team members, but do you have any story you can share with them that broke your heart, so that they can also just relate and feel like this woman is human. This woman is human. Give me another moment. Mommy. Okay, now prepare. Take your visitors outside. Call for me, Nick. Call Nick now. Call Nick quickly. Sorry, I have children in my house who are wondering what is just happening, and goodness.
It is okay.
My neighbors' babies have come to visit, and they are amazed that the noise they usually hear in the neighborhood, kumbe, it comes from this house, and this thing is real. Yeah.
Oh, today we are talking about pastors' wives.
I've just found out, so it is sorted. I can assure you this will not happen again. Yeah, so I was talking about the pastor's wife. Be real, be real. Be real, pastor's wife. Be real with your people. They have issues, and they are wondering if you can even relate. They are wondering if you have ever lost somebody, and even if you have lost somebody, do you even feel pain? Or you just praise the Lord throughout the funeral? Like because we usually say, don't mourn, don't do whatever, it is well. You know, we usually say that word casually, like it is well, yes. But can you sit down with your team members and share a story when you lost a job and how it felt and how you overcame it and how they can be able to overcome that and continue serving even in their loss. Do you have a story where you lost a loved one, but you continued to serve as a pastor's wife, and you pushed on, though you were weeping inside, so that they can have the courage to stand and tell themselves, if other people did this, I can do this. I can still serve. I can still do this thing. Do you have a story where you went through an ordeal that really threw you out of balance, that they can really? Do you have happy moments? Just normal moments, like you just attended a party or something, and you just celebrated, and you felt so nice, and you just became you, so that they don't feel ni kana kwamba wamefungwa na bladder, like they can't even breathe every time they are around you. They can't even cough. They will contaminate the anointing upon your life. Hey, woman of God, come and just relate with them as human beings. And as I suggested, find out what works for you, for your people. COVID-19 is coming to an end. It better come to an end when you already have a plan, when you already have something in store, what you have done. And the worship team, maybe your pastor's wife is not even watching, and maybe she will never watch this. You can suggest this to her. Be the first one to break the ice. Just tell them, what do you think? We are having a retreat as a worship team. Do you mind coming on board? Give them the dress code, give them the theme, and they should not come as a speaker, because that is where I think we spoil everything. Because if you invite me and I show up as a speaker, I will behave like a speaker, and we will bring it down as a speaker. Just say it is the worship team is going out, but it's not the entire worship team, it's the girls only. So we'll be happy to have you on board as a pastor's wife, and just come and share with us some real life issues, and we just bond and we know each other, because I'm sure you don't even know most of them well. You only know their names, where they live, what they do for a living, and that's it. You don't even know if they lost an uncle the other day, or they are going, or the house of an auntie was closed down the other day. They don't share such nitty-gritty. So when you sit down with them, that's when they will start sharing personal things, personal challenges, and trust me, they will start telling you what they hear. They can actually help you change if there is a problem. If your relationship is not okay, everybody will start telling you. They will start telling you, hey, mom, if they call you, they usually call you mom. Kuna wengine hata they can't even allow their worship members or church members to call them mom. That's that you ni kupunguzwa kilo. No way. Call me Reverend Bishop so and so. Purity Achero. Guys, on majina ni mzito. I think mom works for me. So they will sit down with you and tell you, mom, or whoever they call you, or Archbishop so and so. Anyway, we love serving in this house, but if only you can just, maybe if you have done a mistake, please don't take it to the pulpit. Can you just call me in the office, and not make the whole neighborhood hear that you are being reprimanded? Because hey, you can be reprimanded in an office and you feel like the walls are coming down. Yes, it's a mistake I did. You're ready to apologize, but the way the thing is coming down, you wonder where Jesus is in the whole thing. Self imesimama kabisa. Anointing saa hiyo hata iongei. But ask yourself, what am I achieving? So I was told we are finishing at 6, right? That's Pastor Dan. Are we finishing?
Go deeper.
Man of God. Hey. Tell yourself, I want to achieve a purpose, because at the end of it all, it is for this ministry to grow. And if this ministry is gonna grow, people will love good music, and people will have to enjoy good music. I will have to go an extra mile. Right now, we are doing virtual services because of COVID. Now, because people could not like move around here and there, my husband is on the forefront. I seen even the worship leader, they had given me a month, but I couldn't do it. And I opted, you know what? I'll do something that is more beneficial because I want you guys to come out strong and powerful. So I'd rather be behind the camera doing that because it's something I understand now and I can do it better than anybody else on the team. Yes, they can, but we are in a better position if I step down instead of singing virtually. They can be able to do it. I give them that opportunity to continue doing it. I step down. I do that. Does that change my position as a pastor's wife? It doesn't. The idea is to support the ministry. It is not to kill the ministry or to prove your supremacy and your mightiness and your loudness in the ministry. That is not the whole idea. So if you start proving yourself, then you start stepping on people. The idea is serving. Coming down and even apologizing. I was shocked. My friend told me, a pastor's wife told me, I can never, God forbid. No, my junior, no. That is sad. Church people, let's make church real. And let's allow the word of God to penetrate in our hearts. Let us be able to replicate that which we always preach. This is what we are sharing, the same pulpit. The pastor's wife, the pastor, and the worship team. We are sharing the same pulpit. And the members are watching. So if the members are watching, they might not say, but they have seen. If you're fighting your pastor's wife, or your pastor's wife is fighting you, and they gather to the church members to complain, either way, what are we telling the members? We are not helping it. We are not helping it at all. We are not solving the situation. In my church, I've told my people, even the worship team, they know, like if there is a problem, and I don't have a problem with that, if there is an issue, come tell me. Just come and tell me announcement yenye ulipeana na ukaniquote hapo katikati haikunibamba. But you know, they also have that respect that when they are coming to tell me, they don't come to tell me na kimadharau, like to show me, you know what, utajua ujui. Apana, they don't come with that attitude. They just come like, ma, I don't actually have peace in my heart. This thing that you did, this project that you started, this area that you have touched, it is my line of duty. And as you leave, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just insecurities in me. Maybe you clarify from your end. I find out why I am feeling this way. You know, we will sit down and we will go through the entire thing, and we will check out what is not adding up. And if I overstepped, if I did something wrong, I will apologize. Say, I'm sorry if I stepped on your toes. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to make your work easier. But maybe probably I didn't tell you, I didn't consult you since you are the head of that department, or since you are in charge of this thing. I didn't tell you, I'm sorry. It hasn't changed. If I did not tell you that I apologize, would you have known? Would it have changed my position as a pastor's wife? It never changes. It never changes. It doesn't reduce you to anything. It just makes you a normal human being who has a heart of people and who cares about the people who are breaking their backs for you. People have stayed the entire Kesha, and in the morning they have to clean the entire church and then do practice in the afternoon. And then in the morning they have to show up. If somebody comes late even for 5 seconds, you feel like you want to unleash the fivefold ministry. Is that really fair? I mean, if you are in their shoes, you know, before you start lashing, both the team member and the pastor's wife, before you start lashing to the other person or blaming the other person, for a minute, before you say anything, before anything comes out of your mouth, negative, for a minute, just step in their shoes and relive their life just for that reason. Just ask yourself, what would I have done if I slept in the corridors of the hospital with a sick child and I'm the one leading worship in the morning, and I didn't even pass by home, and I showed up without even the uniform. And then I come, and the only thing I hear, you cannot sing because you don't have uniform. Do you know what you have done to that person? Rules are good. They are meant to be kept. But emotions. In life coaching, I usually tell people, we usually say in public speaking that people will not remember. Most of the time, people don't remember what you say. They will always remember how you made them feel while you were saying what you were saying. So they will always carry the feeling with it. So even if you come back later and you're like, I didn't know it's way years back, it won't help. And then even for you, worship member, you are not doing yourself justice by keeping quiet with things, harboring things inside. It is not going to help you. And then we keep on confessing, my pastor's wife is impossible. He will never be possible, let me tell you. She will never, because you have always confessed. You prophesy day in, day out. She is impossible. She will remain that way because you are a powerful prophet. She will remain that way. Can you start saying something positive concerning her? Woman of God, can you start saying something positive concerning your church, your worship team members? Even if they don't come on time, they don't relate with you well, they don't wear a uniform, and I don't think there is any worship team that doesn't have that uniform. I'm yet to meet the perfect one. I am yet to meet. I am yet to meet the perfect worship team. Yenye ukipeana uniform ni blue. Wanatokelezea. Kama hawakupimisha wote pamoja. But with those challenges, it is like, even in your house, there are hiccups when you wake up here and there. But do you quit? Do you leave? Do you vacate your house because of ABCD? You don't. The same with the family of worship team members. This is a family, and you are their mother. As a mother of that house, they are counting on you for the cover. They are counting on you for prayers. They are counting on you for advice and counseling and counsel. And woman of God and the worship team members, this woman of God is counting on you for prayers, for support, for encouragement, because she is carrying a lot. So your encouragement goes a long way. Goes a long way. Call her. When we worship team member, when was the last time you called your pastor's wife? If you are allowed, because I'm actually aware that there are pastors' wives and pastors who why they do that, but I'm yet to find out. For me, I do allow. I don't mind receiving a call. You're blaming your wife. They didn't visit you. Maybe you were having an issue and now they're lashing on you. The question should be, did you tell them? Did you find out what happened to them during the week? They told you they will visit you this week. They didn't visit. Did you even just take a moment and find out? Like, you didn't visit. Is everything okay? Are you okay? And there's a time somebody called me, and I was actually I was supposed to see them that particular day, to visit them that particular day, and I didn't because I was admitted in hospital. It was now the third day, and they called me angry, telling me this is very unfair. I didn't know you're such an incompetent pastor's wife. Like, wow, whoa, calm down, man. What's up? But it's a human nature. We spiritualize life so much until we rob. We tunatoa mchuzi ya maisha ndani ya maisha yenyewe. It's not fair. It's not fair to do that. It's not fair to be unfair to yourself. So let's be real, servants of God, and let's be able to just spread the thread of love in between the gap. And it's like a spark. You know, the thread of love is like a spark. once you spread it in the gap, it will close the margin itself. The gap will just close in itself without even you knowing. Without you knowing. You don't have to do much. Just coming to church in the morning and finding your pastor's wife and they're like, Mom, good morning. How are you today? Good to see you. And you go. It won't, unless they don't like you doing that, because some of them you can't even access their offices. It's understandable. But I'm talking to those who really want to, because Pastor Dan's vision is for healing to happen and relationship to be restored and life to come back in the worship ministry and relationship between the worship team and the pastor's wife to come back. So those of us who are interested in having that, because somebody like me, I'm very much interested. I wouldn't mind. Those guys are fun. Those guys are jovial. I mean, hanging around with them in a day, you just laugh and forget yourself. And when you come back on the pulpit, you just happy, you're okay. So I don't know how yours look like, but whatever it looks like, you need to do something about it. But it's a beautiful space to be. So as a pastor's wife, have a purpose. What's your purpose? Number one, restore yourself. Number two, and move with the thread. As a pastor.
Let me take water. Wow.
Yeah, so I can give to talk a little. Maybe if we have to continue, we'll tell me. If we need to stop, you will also tell me. I don't mind.
We have questions right here.
Mm-hmm.
Wakili is saying, please tackle dealing with a difficult member of the praise team. Someone you can't just seem to connect with, to the extent they seem to disrespect you in front of the rest.
Mm-hmm. Now, truth be told, those ones will be there. This is how I resolved it myself. I discovered music ministry is a calling. And sometimes we tend to be comfortable in the position we've been given. And I realized that when you sit there longer, you feel like you have mastered the thread, you have mastered everything, and you can just flow with the current. And I discovered that God will never allow that to happen to you as a minister. He will never allow that to happen. So he will always create a penina in your space, always. So once you are a servant of God, just know, if it is not where you're seated right now, a penina is there, he is next door waiting for you to open that door. So that is how I resolved it in my heart. And it works. It works. Once you discover that the entire team members are okay, but there's this one. Trust me, this is the team member you need to pray for more and love more, because this is the only member that will push you to your destiny. This is the one that will push you to the purpose of God, because this person will not give you peace. He will force you to pray. He will force you to seek God, because every morning you will need wisdom to deal with them. Every Sunday morning, you cannot oversleep. The thought of having her or him on your team will wake you up, will keep you late at night. And that will help you if you channel it in the right direction. Now, the worst can happen if you're sitting down and pondering about the argument you had the other day, about the problems she raised the other day, about the rebellion she just pulled out the other day, and you sit down and you start trying to figuring out how to beat them down. They are unbeatable, for your information. I discovered that. They come with a different grace. They come with unbeatable grace. The only thing you can do with this person, you can only talk to them on your knees. Nowhere else. That I learned the hard way. I had a couple of them during my time. a couple of them. And some of them, they just tell you on your face. They don't, you won't hear it as a rumor. They will come, they will book an appointment. Excuse me, ma'am, I want to see you on Saturday or on Thursday. You think they are, hey, you think it's a prophecy coming? Or updating you concerning their life. My friend, you are in hot soup. They sit you down and they look you straight in your face. And they tell there's one who told me, you know, you are very, you look tired. You look like you have a lot of things on your table. So I think you should be able to give me this position, so that I can be able to do what you do, because I'm in a better position. And they stated to me, no better. If it is, you know me, I'm not a high soprano. So if somebody who sings high comes and says that, even my voice, tusidanganyane ma'am, ni ukweli. Ni ukweli, hata wewe unajua. Ya ni ukweli. You need wisdom to hold your hand so that a slap doesn't come out, and bless this woman of God or man of God. At that particular moment, say, bless you. Bless you. Shwa. Kula hiyo. Itabidi ukae chini ujikumbushe you are saved. And look at them with love and smile back. Inside, ni volcano. Inside is not a smile. Outside is a smile. Inside is a volcano. You're asking yourself, God, how did we even reach here? How did we reach here? It's like a mother who the son has been arrested of stealing. Armed robber. You're being told this is your son. You're looking at this church member and you're like, this is my son. This is my daughter. Hey, Jehovah, what did I do wrong? Where did the rain start beating me for me to reach here? Because even in a normal life setup, that can't happen. In a natural life, biological life, you with your biological mother. And sometimes we assume that. But for you, now that's why I was telling you, as a pastor's wife, you need to start with you. To declutter you. Because you know me, I learned, my brother taught me taekwondo and karate.
What?
So like, it wasn't like so difficult to do, like, ilisimikwa. But now being a pastor's wife who is leading people, I sincerely had to learn to look at somebody and smile back. Nandani misuli zinajisanya. The muscles are telling you, you are supposed to be do something.
Hey.
Work on this. Work on this servant of God. Work. Nyorosha mtu. Ache kuleta nyorosha. Nyorosha mtu, pigia mama yake simu, mwambie kujia mtoto.
Hey.
Or call the husband, come for your wife. Or call the uncle or whoever. Come for your wife. She's here, but not in a good condition. Working on yourself will help you. Will restrain your hands. It will restrain your heart. So that you won't say something that you will take now, it will take ages to start correcting. That won't happen. Working on yourself is key. Even you as a worship leader, when you are given, or a worship team member, once you join a particular worship team, and I know most of you are already in a worship, what you need to do yourself justice and sit down with yourself. Resolve issues. If you can't call me, I will help you to resolve issues. I will. That's what I do. I'm a life coach. I will help you. I will help you resolve issues so that when there is a dispute or a misunderstanding, you will not. People can be hard. People can be stubborn. I mean, we are going left and they just refuse. Yani, there's this member, unasema to buy uniform. He vowed. And he's not like the leader. He just vowed. Like, I want. And they're not apologizing. And they're not telling you why. And you wonder, what is wrong with you? Why can't you just be a team member? What is so difficult with that? Tunakuja mazoezi sa fulani. They have to come like 10 minutes late. 30 minutes late. They can't just arrive early. They will just never cooperate. They are those ones. Pastor's wife, if you are in that capacity, please just feel free to call heavens, because that line is never off. Call heavens, they will rescue you. But no, this is what helped me. When you turn these people into your penina, and you start telling yourself that this person is the one pushing my destiny. So this is how it will go. When you go to church and they don't disturb you, you get alarmed. You're wondering, my friend, umacha ofisi? You're supposed to be on duty. You're supposed to be on duty because you need to be checking me to see if I have grown. Where is my capacity? How stable I am? Am I strong enough to handle this? So if they don't disturb you, that should disturb you now. But if they are disturbing you, you should just know that, God, we are on. Tuko line. And they will help you even discover you, because you'll discover somebody has you out there and you're like, that did just get on me. How? Because you have developed resistance, you have developed resilience, and you can look things in the eyes and still move on. This person can just disrespect you in front of the team, and then you collect yourself back and you're like, you know what? As I was saying, and you continue, and you're comfortable with it, and you move on, and you are peaceful with it. But one thing you should remember, it takes time. It takes time, because that is a matter of the heart. It takes time. So what you need to do to yourself is to give yourself time. Give yourself time to heal fast from the, give yourself time to heal from the wounds that were previously inflicted by the same person, and start working with God in a capacity where now you have to flip the coin on the other side. It takes time. Some even takes years. But one thing I'm sure, if you go in the presence of God, genuinely, not trying to prove self, genuinely, God will sure help you. God will help you through it. And you'll be able to tackle that particular member in a Christian manner.
Wow. Another question. Advice on how praise and worship should handle or associate with single mothers. Sometimes it feels like they are single mothers. Sometimes feels like advice on how the praise and worship, or advice on how pastor's wife should associate or handle single mothers.
Yes.
Sometimes it feels like the single mothers are sidelined.
Yes. Now, the thing that, as a pastor's wife, something that should be running at the back of your mind on a daily basis is you are a mother. You are a mother to all these people, and all these people, including the worship team, the single mothers, they are all counting on you. So the idea of feeling the self-righteous part and feeling, because people are become single mothers for different reasons. Some are divorced, some are separated, some are widowed, some were raped, some things just happen, and they find themselves, they are single parents, they are single mothers, and they are in that space, and they are in your church. Now, singling out and starting to treat a single mother in terms of because they separated with the husband, or they divorced with the husband, and you start feeling, the way in church we usually say, don't separate, don't divorce your husband. Women, husbands will leave you. So, and this single mother is here and is trying to make it happen with their child and their children. And as a pastor's wife, you start feeling like you're characterless. That's why you are single. If you just had a good behavior, you will not be single right now. It breaks somebody's heart. You don't know the story. You
Yeah.
you are not in a position to even make the judgment. You are not God to make the judgment. Whether they were characterless, even if it is true, you are not in a position to judge. Now, if these people were good enough, God would not have brought them to you.
Yeah.
The point of having church will lose the meaning. We have church so that people can find refuge, so that people can find solace, so that people can find somewhere to run to. And they are running to church and they're telling you, yes, I'm single mother. I was characterless according to your definition. Yes, but I'm here. What do? It's not a time to start a lecture. This is somebody that just ran to church for rescue. Let me tell you something. Separation is not easy. Can you imagine? Ile ya kuachwa na boyfriend high school, it hurts until somebody anachukua kamba anaenda kujinyonga ya high school. Na si husband ya mtu, it's a boyfriend whom you've just dated for a month and you don't even see physically. The only time you meet is when you go for games, and most of the time you talk in letters. And here it is somebody that you related with until you have an evidence of a child standing in front of you. There is a baby involved, and you sit somebody down and you're like, now let me tell you what wives do so that they can be able to keep their homes and they don't become single mothers. That is not the time to pull that thread. It won't even work for you. It will backfire on you as a pastor's wife. Please, as I said earlier, you are dealing with emotions. You're dealing with people with feelings. You don't know what this person has gone through. So sidelining them is just putting yourself on a deathbed, and you're just about to kill yourself as a pastor's wife. These are the people you should be even closer. Because if it is learning, whom should they learn from? From you? They will even wonder, no wonder I'm better off as a single mother if this is marriage. And this is the attitude, the heart that stays inside there. They will even stay outside even longer. But as a pastor's wife, relate with these people in a more sober manner, knowing that I am relating with somebody that has been hurt. So you are relating with a hurt and a broken heart. Now you will find it is interesting. Some of them have even healed and moved on. You, as the pastor's wife, is the one that has never moved on. You're still stuck there. You're still tagging them. And you're still holding placards. Every time they show up, you pull it out. And they're looking at you, they're like, Mom, I moved on. I healed. God rescued me. I'm fine. And what is wrong with you? Every time I show up on Sunday, you pull it. Like you're not available. You pull it. Every time you put them in their faces, they start pulling back. They start pulling back. Yeah. So you move closer, you relate with them as, by the way, just relate with them as a normal church member, because that is who they are. They are a normal church member. You're straightening them so that you marry them. You can't marry them. If they decide they don't want to get married, they won't. If they decide what they saw in marriage is enough, that is it. Encourage them to get to heaven. That is your work, not to get a husband. You're not a husband matchmaker or a restorer. You are encouraging them to get to heaven. Unless they sit you down and they take you through the story they went through and they are asking you to help them through. Stop becoming a lawyer and a judge. It is not in your position. Because people will only invite you in your space if they see you are fitting to fit in their space. And nobody likes presenting their life story in public. Not even when you are too anointed and you feel like you can be able to solve other issues. Just because you are a pastor's wife, that does not make you a counselor or a psychologist or whatever, unless that is what you studied. So you cannot put your face out there and you really want to cut through across people's lives and you really want to chambua people's lives. If they let you in their space, come in their space and do what is needful. if they don't let you in their space, don't push them away. Don't push yourself in. Let them be. Preach the word. Let them get to heaven. That is your goal, being there as a leader, as a pastor's wife. And some will even trust the pastor more than you. And you're feeling that this is a single mother. Why are they so close to my husband? I think developing a trust with your husband will save you from that heart attack, because if you continue like that, you will have a heart attack. And as I said earlier, you will have a heart attack. We will come pray for you, pray in your funeral, be there, celebrate you, and say very nice words. She was sold out. She was. And then once we finish, we tell the pastor, hawezi kaa hivi. Hawezi kaa hivi. Fanya kitu. And you will be long gone and forgotten. So before it reaches there, start sorting it with yourself. Na tutatafutia pastor msichana mrembo na tumpatie na pastor aoe na maisha iendelee, na hiyo kanisa itaendelea na worship team ita thrive, and you will be nowhere. You will be nowhere. You're gone. You're buried. That's why I told my people, hey, I am here. I'm not going anywhere. I'd rather make peace with you. Instead of killing myself, I'd rather we make peace. We live happily ever after. But I can't take myself to the grave because of small issues. But bringing them together, and stop being suspicious. Stop being too suspicious and too curious. But there are those ones who come with wrong motives. Yes. Huh? If you're not one, my approach, how I usually do it myself, is I approach them. If I suspect you're coming too close to my husband, then I will have a sitting meeting. And then we just talk. We just talked about this husband that we both have interest in. For me, it has worked. Don't try it if your tempers are not balanced, because it won't go well. If you're sure of what you're doing, or you want tips, you can come. I can tell you how it happens in my quarters. But instead of start to suspect by the way, most of them they die without even my husband getting involved, because he has no idea what happened, because he didn't even see that bit. He didn't see that sister so-and-so was coming close. It is me who felt like sister so-and-so is coming closer. So why should I start? I go home and then start. Mimi sielewi kwa nini sister so-and-so anakuja sana. You know what I've just introduced is, he will look at me and he goes like, what do you mean? I didn't even know. And do you even know she's a single mother? I mean, he will go like, yeah, I'm aware he's a single mother. She's a single mother. Like, okay, so you are creating fear in your heart, and it's going to kill yourself. So please don't sideline single mothers. There are people who are coming close and they just want comfort. So if you don't want them to come closer than they should, then you should be able to offer that comfort in full. Because when they come to you and you push them away, they will go to the pastor to find that fill that gap.
Wow. Okay, there's no other question. Somebody asked me something.
Yes.
So we have this pastor's wife. She's in the worship team. She's the leader. But she doesn't come for practice on Saturday. But on Sunday, she's on stage singing. And sometimes she doesn't even know the song. Okay, we feel discouraged as a team. You know, we feel discouraged, but we cannot say. Because if you say, you are told that we started this church with my husband, where were you? Okay, so what can we say?
What we can say is that that woman of God needs some growing up. She needs to grow up. That is what we can tell her. And she needs to let go. Allow her team to be calm. She cannot keep holding on forever. When I was the leader of the worship team, trust me, when I handed over, one of the things, and they can attest, even if they're here, they can, I'm sure they can be able to text that, to type that. One thing that they really enjoyed and they felt like, ooh, imetuondokea, is being in church by 6. Our services usually start at 9. Prayer service usually starts at 9. From my school of thought, we have not been together the entire week. I don't know where you are at. So as a leader, I need to do a postmortem of where we are before we all go to the pulpit. That was my line of thought. So we needed to come early in the morning. We pray together. We get a sync in prayer. I hear everybody pray loudly, and I used to tell them, you have to do it loudly. You have to do it. I need to hear you pray, because I need to hear what you're telling God. I want to hear where you have been, how you are with God, so that I know what we need to, how we need to move as a team. Are we progressing, or we are going back? And that helped us. Trust me, it was a tough one. Showing up, and we come from different areas. You have to be in church at least, and we used to meet in a Sunday school class, and we prayed. When I handed over, that was like, wow, salvation has come to us. That is one thing they celebrated. So I don't agree with that woman of God, that you don't show up for practice. And I never missed practice, by the way. And anytime I missed practice, I never used to sing. It was as simple as that. And if I do, if I have to sing, like sometimes you find that you are in the team and there's nobody else that can be able, because people are different on different levels on the team. So you find that you have these worship leaders that can be able to take through the service well on a short notice. Some, they just can't. They need like 2 weeks, 1 month notice to be able to sing one song, ministry song for us next Sunday. They need a whole month to practice. Some you can be able to call them and they will pick it up quickly. So when I was in a space where I couldn't come for the meeting, for the practice, but and at the same time I couldn't delegate. At 8 a.m. So I have to be in the practice and make sure I get it well. And at the same time, they used to do like a recording of what they practiced, and then they send me so that I listen to what they practiced, and I practice myself. So just to find the thought pattern of where they were when I was not there. But acting as a superhero, it's not gonna help. It will take a while for that team to grow and to become better, because what she's inflicting is bitterness. And as a pastor's wife, you're not the Almighty. You're not the assistant God. And on the pulpit, you are just a servant of God. And trust me, the day you will burn strange fires, the fire of God will hit you. It doesn't care whether you're the pastor or the pastor's wife, the elder's wife, the archbishop's wife, this whatever. It doesn't care. Respect the pulpit. Do what is needful on the pulpit. If it is practice that is required for you to put in, put in. If it is prayer that is required for you to put in, put in. If whatever it is that is required, you put it as a team member, not as the pastor's wife. No, I used to separate this. By the time I leave the pulpit, when I come down, I am no longer a worship team member. I am now the first lady of the church. And I play my role. When I go up, I am a team member. Tukisema tuna switch. I will say me at mini pastor's wife, so I can't switch like you guys did. Ama unaama kunyamaza. Now you're the only alto there. You're the only soprano. Kwa sababu mtu mwenye alisema switch is not, ama pengine hata yuko kwa leadership ya worship team. So what we can tell this, wanasumbuanga, yes, by the way, it's like we need to break that spirit. So as you're doing that, before you end this this session of the worship team bench, you need to have this an overnight of prayer, so that we just pray for altars. We pray for altars and we break that spirit so that it doesn't, it dies with corona. We don't need to carry it forward. By that, I usually don't understand. But then it's kind of all over. Like, especially time you have to switch. Or to transpose. I don't know if they just go blank or and then we usually, I'm an alto, so we usually have this excuse, like we were waiting for the sopranos to come in, and because you are the backbone, so you should come in, stabilize, and then we come. And then the worship leader is like, no, I was waiting for everybody. That is the sweetness of the song. Yeah, but that's our story also. It's a good, they are good team members. But what I'm trying to say is this. We need to reach a point where, ask yourself as a pastor's wife, why am I in this team? If I cannot be a team member, then I don't deserve to be in this team. I don't have to be in this team. If I cannot be a team member, I shouldn't be in this team. You should be able to take instruction from another worship leader who is leading the service. And you should be able to be willing. Akikwambia sio hivyo, sio muimbe hivi. You should be teachable. Be teachable. It doesn't kill. It doesn't kill. I thought it used to. I used to think it kills, but I discovered it doesn't kill. It doesn't reduce who you are. It doesn't even change who you are. Just be teachable. Accept the flow of the team. If you don't want them to boss you around, leave the team. Let them be. Let them do their thing. Just be an oversight and do your own thing, and you'll be at peace with them.